Hey everybody, this is Mike Obert with Canyon Creek Life and Richardson Life Magazine, and I've got the great Cheryl from the UPS store.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. We are all so busy at this time of year.
Very busy and ramping up for busier.
I had the idea that I wanted to talk to you and maybe share some tips to all of our readers, how to ship things and how to make your Christmas deadline and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, who better to talk to than Cheryl to make sure that everybody has a Merry, Merry Christmas? Just to get started. So, if you need to ship out your Christmas gifts, like what's the deadline for shipping in time for Christmas in the least costly way?
Aha. Well, those are two very interesting things because the very last deadline would be to ship December 23rd, but that is not the least expensive way. But if you've got something that can't ship until December 23rd, we can certainly make it happen and arrive on the 24th, but it will cost you some dear pennies. So to plan accordingly, you want to try to, if your item is not really fragile, just, basic gifts and everything, let's go for ground. I would say I would give everything outside of Texas 4 days. Typically it's 3 days, but I would say 4 days. You can also call me because different zip codes like Oregon, California, Maine take longer to get to than does Louisiana, Kansas, Utah. So the closer it is, the fewer days it takes. But you also want to give yourself a buffer so that you've got enough time. Anything in Texas, typically the next day without paying next day air prices. But again, give yourself a few days for that. Your drop dead deadlines, though,
Yeah.
if you want to use 3 day UPS 3 day select, December 19th is your drop dead day. That's the next tier of pricing up from ground. A UPS second day air drop dead for guaranteed delivery is December 22nd. And
Okay.
then next day air would be December 23rd to be delivered on the 24th. And I've got a great visual of it if you want to,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the visual of the air shipping deadlines.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I would say for ground, if you want to go ground, make sure you've got it out probably by, I'd say the 18th, 17th or 18th for sure.
So when I come in and I got my package and or my stuff that I want to send, should I pack it or are you guys better at packing stuff?
Well, we are certified packing experts. Most of the time, we're going to be better, but it also costs to have us pack it. We'll talk in a minute about the pack and ship guarantee, but a lot of people are really into packing their own things. So I want to just talk about the 5 things you want to avoid if you're going to be an expert packer yourself.
Okay.
First of all, you want to make sure that you don't use the wrong size box.
Okay.
So everything when you pack should have about 2 inches around it. Once it's already bubbled or whatever, fit it in the box. It should float with 2 inches around all 6 sides. And then fill that really well with some type of void material. Do not use newspaper or magazine because that tends to compress during the
Okay.
shipment and then your item moves around and it gets a little bit crazy. So make sure your box is the right size. You don't want your item touching the side of the box. And you also don't want your item so small. In a big box, you've got to use a lot of fill and you can hear it shaking. You don't want to hear any noises when you've packed your box. So then you want to make sure you avoid weak or compromised boxes. So you don't want to use a product box. Like don't use a box that your Kleenex came in just because it's the same size that you want to use. That is not nearly thick enough cardboard to make the transit travel through the UPS environment. So make sure you've got a strong brown corrugate box. Your best boxes are going to be from us because they're made for shipping. That's your best bet.
Okay.
Um, the boxes that you get from your local home goods stores are not as strong as our boxes, but you could have strong boxes at your own place. Another thing you want to avoid are weak or compromised boxes. So a compromised box would be a box had and you've used it and you've shipped it back and forth to your brother or your sister several times. Corners are banged in. You don't want to use that box anymore. That
Okay.
box probably can hold things in the garage, but you definitely don't want to put it through the shipping environment. Go back to wrong packaging materials. No newspaper. I don't care if you put it in there and you pack it in there really good. Can't hear it, do not use newspaper. Also, I know we grew up using brown paper bags to cover all our boxes before we ship them. That's a no-no because unless you're going to then use tape to tape around every aspect of that brown covered box with your brown paper, you could rip it during the transit period and then it rips your label off and then your box is lost and no one knows where it's supposed to go.
Okay.
So avoid wrapping your boxes in brown paper. Just use a really good sturdy brown corrugate box and leave it unwrapped.
Okay. You're
and
talking
then
about packing materials. If I
Yeah.
don't have the packing materials, because all I've got is newspapers and magazines that I'm going to tear up and put, you also sell just the packing materials of
Absolutely.
Okay. And you would help with the packing material.
Absolutely. Based on your box size, we can charge you for exactly the amount that we would suggest you using in that box. So you don't have to buy an entire roll of bubble or an entire, you don't have to buy an entire roll of bubble to help you with that.
Good point.
Last is avoid poor taping jobs or wrong taping jobs. You want to use a very sturdy minimum of 2-inch tape, but when we do it, we use a 3-inch packing tape, clear packing tape, and think about making an H on the top and bottom of your box to close it. So one seam across the middle and then go up and over both edges, flip it over, same thing, across and H the edges. Don't worry about doing 3 rows of tape this way and 3 rows of tape this way. Best way is called an H tape.
H tape, okay.
H tape. Now, that being said, if you want to be adventurous and pack your own packages, see it all the time, things make it really well. If you've got something fragile, you might want to talk to me first about how you're going to pack it because I can help you prepare to make sure that gets packed properly if you're going to do it. The other advantage that we offer being certified packing experts is that we offer a pack and ship guarantee. So that if you have items that you want to pack, especially fragile items, right now I'm packing a lot of crystal and china that people are sending to family to use on Thursday for Thanksgiving dinner. And we take very great care and precision and love in packing all of that. We know exactly how to do it. And when you pack and ship with us, whether it's a small toy, an Xbox, China, anything, you get a pack and ship guarantee. So if anything's broken along the way, you would be reimbursed your declared value for that item.
Oh, wow.
If you pack it, UPS would pay if your package got lost in shipment. But if anything's damaged during shipment, they're not going to pay. Even if you know that you packed it perfectly, they won't acknowledge that.
Certified package people.
You're not a certified packing expert with the certificate to prove it.
There you go. I want to see it. I want to see your certificate.
Right.
So you also said something about if you do pack it, there is a cost associated with it. Typical cost if you guys do the packages for us?
Well, it's hard to guess because we probably have 40 different boxes that we could use.
Okay.
And we charge based on the size of the box. And of course, the larger a box, the more it costs. The more walls or the heavier duty the box is, the more that costs. And then there's a charge for the materials and the packing time. So if you bring something that's going to go in an 8-cube box, which is 8 by 8 by 8, it's going to cost about $12 for us to pack it with bubble.
Okay.
Then you get the pack and ship guarantee. So if you've got something that's, worth $200 and it's breakable, it might be worth it to have us pack it and get that pack and ship guarantee.
All right. Makes sense. Now, after Christmas, once everybody goes through their gifts and they get from their aunt that they just love so much and they don't really know what they want and they give you something that you don't want, they bring it back to you. Tell us a little bit, what's the best way to handle returns after Christmas?
Best way is for you to make the return before you get here. So go to whoever the seller is and get your return set up with the seller. Most of the time these days, the seller is paying for the return shipping. They will send you either a QR code or they'll send you a prepaid label. If they send you a prepaid label, your item must be packed for us to use that label. And packing would be just like we talked about in a corrugate box or even a poly bag that's an opaque shipping poly bag, not just little thin 1 mil poly bags that we have, not just a trash bag. You've got to pack it so that it can, again, make it through the UPS environment. If you don't have a printer and you can't print that label, you can email it to us. We do not charge to print UPS labels. We will print it for you. We'll adhere it to the package. We don't charge you to tape your package closed. We take care of all that for you. So take care of the label with the whoever the retailer was. They might send you a QR code. If it's one of our favorite retailers that everybody uses, they'll either send you a QR code that says no box, no label. You might have chosen no box, no label. They may give you a QR code that says no box, no label. We scan it, we take it, we put it in our poly bags, and we send it consolidated with a bunch of other friends. You might choose no box, no label, but then they sneak in on you that they want it customer packed. So if you see your QR code, that is the end edict of what needs to happen. So if the QR code says customer packed, again, you've got to bring it in a box or a poly bag so that it can go through the UPS process.
Feel a little bad. I'm like, I'm bringing this return in and I'm not paying Cheryl any money at all. It's just going to be a return. But you're fine with that, right? Like that's part of the business model.
It's part of our business model. So we're perfectly happy to help with that. One of the things that I want to clear up is when we receive things and they come delivered to us in a poly bag. My biggest question that people have is, well, this is how it came to me. And it's exactly right, because it was pulled off that retailer's shelf. It was put in that retailer's truck. It was hand delivered to you at your door. Now that retailer or the third party is requiring that it go through UPS. And so now it's got to be packed in a way that it can make it through the rigors of UPS. So that's a little bit of a frustrating contingency sometime with people, because they don't really think they should have to pack it. But for them to get a safe refund, they need to follow that rule. And so when you've got your QR code, you've got your item, or you've got your packed item, a couple different ways. Come into the store. We have a self-serve kiosk that can be used for Amazon returns. It can be used for anything with a UPS label, and several other of the returns. You just walk up, you scan your item, you follow the directions on the screen, it leads you to a receipt. It's great for all the great big prepackaged clothing that people are doing clothing rental. You just scan that bag, put it on the top of the TSK, the time-saving kiosk, and we'll come pick it up. So you can bring things, use it at the TSK, or sometimes if there's a line, you might want to use that, or if you just want to run in and run out, use that. If you want to get a little bit more personal service, which we're always happy to do, costs the same, nothing except a smile. We ask for a smile. Come and greet one of my associates. I've got one of the best teams of any UPS store in Texas right now. They're fabulous. They'll be happy to help you navigate your return. And there's also a new thing called Happy Returns, which is great because bring that unpacked. We will scan your code, and then we will scan every item in your Happy Return, and you will receive your refund the minute your item's scanned. So that's really a beautiful way to return things now. It's pretty cool.
Happy return.
Happy returns. If you get a Happy Return choice, I would choose that.
Yeah, heck yeah. Get the money right back. Awesome. All right. So I have one last two more questions for you. We like to do seasonal artwork, and we'll switch things out in some of the frames around the house.
Yeah.
If we want to do that, or other people want to do that, what do they need to provide you so that you can print it?
Oh my goodness, this is so easy. And you just send me a print quality PDF. If you're on Canva, you can share that file with me. I can have that printed in 10 minutes time usually. I just actually finished doing some artwork for someone. I'm going to show it to you. She wanted 3 frame Christmas things. So we did Night Before Christmas.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
We did Santa on a Sleigh.
Awesome.
And
iconic.
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. So she's going to use those as her trade out seasonal art. And we can scale them to any size you want. I can print them on my small printers. If you want them big and you want them put on foam core, I can use my wide format printer. This actual Santa picture was not perfectly sized, so I used AI to fill in the missing areas, and you honestly cannot tell what is the AI of this picture. Oh, wow. So there's not too much magic we can't do around here for that.
Speaking of magic, do you guys do Christmas cards?
Oh, gosh, yes. You can design your own, or you can let me design them. One of the favorite things that I like to do is take your design and then create envelopes that go with them. So here's one of our previous Christmas cards. This is the front.
Nice.
This is the back. And then this is the envelope that went with it. I'm going to show you one more because you give me an idea and I just run with it. Here's another one. This is on a pearlescent card, front, back, and then envelope to go with.
Nice.
And note paper can go with it too. So we can do a whole suite of ideas. You can also create your own on Canva or Photoshop or whatever. We'll print them on really nice cardstock. You don't have to do envelope. Those take a few more days to turn around. I'd give a week for that to make sure that you've got time for that.
Probably early December need to start
I
getting.
would start.
Right.
I would start early December.
Okay.
Let's see if someone can pick up that phone.
Okay, here's my last question that's not on your list. If I wanted to come in and make sure that there is nobody in the store, which is never going to happen, what's your best time for people to go to the store where you think you're least busy?
About 3 o'clock is a good time.
Okay.
Like I would say between 3 and 4 is going to be your least busy time.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, between 3 and 4. After 4, all bets are off. Lunchtime, you do not want to be in our parking lot. All the hangry people are here. So I'd say between 3 and 4 would be a perfect time to come.
3 and 4. Perfect. Sounds good. Well, Cheryl, thank you for all of the tips and we appreciate it. And I know most people in Canyon Creek and Richardson will probably stop by your store at some point to get something shipped or something picked up or something returned. So we appreciate you taking the time out to let us know how to make it just a little bit easier for you and for us.
Thank you. We really appreciate the loyalty of our neighbors in Canyon Creek. They're stupendous. So thank you so much. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
You got it. Awesome. All right. Well, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.